What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mode IJ and we are locked in. This is the recap for Squid Games Episode 2, Halloween Party. And after a long night of playing Russian roulette, we got to figure out how to get rid of this recruiter's body before any of this comes back on Gi-hun. Because remember, he owns this motel, the Pink Motel, but he ain't letting any customers come in. So it's looking very bad for him. And we still got to figure out how can we get in the game since the recruiter is gone. But before we jump into this and break down episode 2, if you like the Squid Games, season 2, it seems like a slow start, but it's the build up to fill in for those last 2 years that we didn't get to see. But if you like the Squid Games, then hit your subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button, and I'm on that road to 75,000 subscribers. So I appreciate each and every one of you. But let's go ahead and jump into it. This is the recap for Halloween Party, episode 2, Squid Games. During the Russian roulette extravaganza, the recruiter told him, if you want to meet the guy that can put you in the game, aka the front man, well, the key is in my pocket. And after the recruiter unalived himself, that's all that's going through Gi-hun's head. He's like, wait a minute, there's a key or something on his body. So he goes over there and he checks his pocket. But outside in the hallway, he doesn't know that there's a police officer lurking. Okay, bear with me and follow me on this part. Gi-hun is in the room. Out in the hallway is Jun-ho, the police officer who discovered Woo, Mr. Kim's right-hand man. He goes into the room where Gi-hun and the recruiter is and tries to arrest Gi-hun. Woo gets up and he comes in here and hits the police officer in the back of the head, knocks him out. He wanted to take out the recruiter for killing Mr. Kim. He's never met Gi-hun, and Gi-hun has a gun on him. Like, who are you? He's like, I work for Kim. He said I can trust you, but what are we gonna do with this police officer? So it's chaotic right now, but they got a body and they got a knocked out cop in this one room. Now we go to a random amusement park, and there's a car sitting out there, and inside this car there's a girl by the name of Kang in there. She's in there asleep. Security comes over. Hey, what are you doing? You can't be sleeping here. She said, oh, I work here and I stayed late. My bad, I apologize. Now the cop is basically saying no trespassing. You can't be here loitering. You may work here, but you need to go home. Now it doesn't seem that she's making enough money or has a home to go to, so she just sleeps in her car outside of her job. But long story short, he tells her, you need to get to stepping. At the Pink Motel, they got Jun-ho chained up in the bathtub. Now him and Gi-hun, they're talking to each other because they know each other and they ran into each other twice. Once at Gi-hun's house and once at the game. And that's when Jun-ho was asking him, do you know an In-ho here? Because that's his brother and he's been looking for him, who's the front man. So now Gi-hun has a name to who the front man is, and they got to come to an agreement where they can trust each other. You're not going to arrest me. And outside, Mr. Kim's boy, Woo, he's out there talking about, no police. We don't want to work with the police. But these two have a common goal. Get the front man in the Squid Games. Gi-hun and Jun-ho, they agree to work together. So they go into one of his other rooms in the motel and we see the 45 billion won, which is roughly $30 million USD. And he's saying we're going to use this money and we're going to fight back. But they're not going to be able to fight back with just pistols here and there. Well, he has a whole arsenal. Gi-hun, he ain't playing any games. He got AKs, SKs, pistols, Max, whatever you want. I think I even seen a rocket launcher in there. But he takes them into this other room where the arsenal is, and then all of the rooms on one floor, they're all hollowed out, and he turned it into a gun range. So he goes in there and shows them that these AKs, they work. We just got to get some workers to use them. At the amusement park, we see they have a little parade going on, and it turns out Kang, the girl that was sleeping out in the vehicle, she's the one in this big bunny. Now we see this little girl here, they give her a sucker, and later on they go into the back, the dressing room. The little girl sneaks in here and she drew a picture of her and the rabbit, but she also notices that Kang on her arm, she's been cutting her wrist. So she's like, oh, are you okay, bunny? And the bunny's hesitant. Everyone keeps their hat on, their mask on, so the kids don't know. Now it turns out this kid got released from the hospital, and her father is like the creative director here. So everyone's looking at this kid thinking, oh, okay, let's be a little cautious with her. But the kid is on to something. Now, Kang, she's been saving up her money, and she goes to talk to the broker that's been talking to Gi-hun. Now, when she gets here, she's been looking for her daughter. So the reason she doesn't have anything is because she's been saving up her money. So she drops off a stack of cash like, hey, you're not confirming if my daughter is dead or not, and there's a potential that she's alive. So I need you to continue to look, and I'm gonna pay you this money. Just give me the information I need because I want to find my daughter. Jun-ho goes to pay respects to his brother. Now he goes out there and he replaces the flowers, and when he gets home, his mother is asking, is there any update? Have they found In-ho? And he's like, nah, they haven't. But she starts to reveal that these two aren't biological brothers. That wasn't her biological son, and he ended up giving up a kidney to Jun-ho for him to survive. And then when his wife ended up going to the hospital, there was nothing else they can offer. So she's saying In-ho left because he resented the family. Now, we don't know the whole story, but right now, Jun-ho is saying, no, we were all poor at that time. We were all struggling. And my brother, In-ho, he went off to do his own thing. Even though he's trying to get us out of this, he's not telling his mom that In-ho is alive and that he's doing evil things. Back at the amusement park, we see Kang. She's going in here. She just seen that little girl again, but she's resigning from the job. We know that she put that money down with the broker to go and look for her daughter. So she resigns from the job. But once she gets outside, she's starting to leave the amusement park. And what does she see? There's an ambulance. In this ambulance, someone runs up with a little girl. And the father of the little girl, he's running over there like, what the heck? What the heck is going on? Because we know that this little girl already been sneaking off. And that's the first time we seen her when she came from sneaking out from the parade. So now she passed out. And this right here has our girl hurting because she's still looking for her daughter. Gi-hun is getting closer and closer to getting in the game. Remember, he got the key out of the recruiter's pocket. So what they're going to do now, they don't know where this island is. So once he gets accepted into the game, they're putting a tracking device up under one of his teeth. They removed it, they put a fake one in there, and there's a little tracking device so Jo-hun will be able to follow him. Now his jaw is hurting. They didn't put him under or anything. They just removed the whole tooth and put this fake one in. I guess if you're really this dedicated, you'll go through this kind of pain. But me, nah, let me get some of the gas. Put me up under. Now that they got the tooth with the GPS tracking device, they can follow Gi-hun whenever he gets accepted into the game. And it looks like they got a crew together that are going to be using all of these weapons. So they can go to this island, raid the island, get the front man, leave, and ride off into the sunset. Now, I don't know if I'd be going on this mission just for the simple fact I don't know where we're going or what the actual target is. But I guess when somebody has 45 billion won, hey, you go with the flow. After seeing the baby in the hospital, Kang, she decides, listen, I'm about to go ahead and join the Squid Games. So she takes the card, she looks at it, she calls that number, she gives the confirmation, her birthday, 1994, her first and last name, and she wants to know when does she leave, what is the ETA, and is there going to be any food on this flight, or are we taking a boat to get over here? Gi-hun, Wo, and Jun-ho, they show up to the party. Now, on the card that he took, it said that they needed to show up to this club. And when they get there, they notice everyone has a mask on. It's a Halloween party. This way, anyone that's working the Squid Games, they'll fit in because they all wore masks. So they wouldn't stand out once they got here. So now they need to enter in the club. Now, Jun-ho was going to stay outside because, remember, he worked there, so everybody might know his face. So he can't go in the club, but Gi-hun has to. When they get into the club, Gi-hun isn't wearing any mask or anything. He doesn't care. He wants them to see him. He wants to be discovered so he can go ahead and join the game. But Woo, he put on this horse mask, and he's in there, and he sees one of the workers. I think he had a triangle on his mask. When he goes over there, they end up tasing him. Well, that's the end of him. Gi-hun goes over there and looks at his body, and he finds that same guy and follows him out the back door. Gi-hun gets in the car. Jun-ho and all of the Goonies with the guns, they're about to follow the vehicle. So he's in the white limo and he's actually talking to the front man. Now that pig is the one that has the microphone in it. And he's saying, hey, I want to join the game. Let me back in the game. The front man is hesitant about this because he's seen what he was doing in season 1. But he ultimately says, if you really want to join, then you can join. But we're going to do this the same way we would do anybody else. So then Gi-hun, he pulls out his gun and he starts shooting at the front of the limo, but it's bulletproof. They turn the gas on and knock him out. The front man was in the front seat. The mercenary's been following this limo since it left the club, and Gi-hun has a tracking device, so it's making it easy. But as they're following it, out of nowhere, a sniper, bow, takes out the lead car, bow, takes out the second car, and then up under Jun-ho's car, he had a little bomb up under there. Boom. So all 3 of the people tracking the limo, it's over with. And inside of the limo, Gi-hun, he done passed out. Kang, she ends up getting on the back of this semi. She's not joining the game. She's going to be a worker at the Squid Games. She goes into the back of this trailer, puts on the pink suit, puts on the triangle mask, and well, that semi takes off. They don't know where they're going. They just know they're about to get paid to do some of the Squid Game duties. All right, there you go. Halloween Party, episode 2 of Squid Games. Let me know what you think about that. At what point are you backing out of this? Or are you going all the way like Gi-hun? I'm not taking my tooth out. I'm not doing any of that. I'm rich. Good luck to those that are going out to play the game, but I think I'm fine with the lifestyle I'm living. Now he's knocked out. No one's even tracking him anymore. It's really him against the world. Let me know what you think. I'm Mo.J. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for episode 3 of Squid Game season 2. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.